Listen, dude, I am fucking sick and tired of unregulated birth. I made a video about this yesterday or whatever, but I guess my audio wasn't working, so it kind of didn't pick up anything. But holy shit, I'm so sick and tired of unregulated birth. And let me explain what that is. Unregulated birth is when there's no government to regulate birth. It's when people just animals, organisms, they just copulate irresponsibly. They just do it without any centralization, without any central power guiding anything. It's just that is the most basic form of capitalism, whatever you want to call it. Nature, the Serengeti, is this world of just everyone reproducing. No, like like I used to wonder, like, why the fuck do we have birth certificates? But people have kids, and um yeah, like, no one should be able to have kids. Absolutely no one. The government should punish people who have children. um you know Everyone who is born should be born. Everyone, like, here's the thing, dude. The only people who need to exist are the people who are absolutely essential for progress. People who aren't important, like automation makes a lot of people worthless. Like, first off, if you work in a chocolate factory, you're worthless as fuck, because chocolate factories don't contribute to the greater good. Um, but technology is gonna make a lot of people fucking worthless, and that's good. We need to reduce the population ultimately until there's only one person that exists. Um, and that person's God. Like, I would not care if I did not exist. Okay, there's not enough energy to sustain all these people, man. We just, like, it's so dumb. Like, death, bro. Death is so dumb. The whole, like, oh, school, college, like, college every year, college every fucking generation, college. It's like, oh, I'm a student. Oh, well, that means you were born recently. That means your mind. If you're a student, that means there's stuff that you don't know about. And, like, it's student. I'm a student. I'm a student. Like, no, you're trying to be fit. You're trying to have you be fit into the economy or whatever, doing some job. You're not a student, like, trying to learn, like, physics or actual stuff to be learned. You're learning, oh, how to code. That's such a dumb thing, learning how to code. But then again, those people are the important people, the essential people. All non-essential people need to, well, preferably not be born. That's what I'm saying. There needs to be government that can regulate birth, prevent people from being born. Like, um, I just hate it how people, like, oh, we're gonna have kids. No, no, like, and especially when the kid um will have a birth defect. They say, like, oh, love, but, oh, man and woman love each other. But wait a fucking second. If they have a kid, there's a high likelihood that their kid's gonna have some fucking genetic hereditary deformity or something. So the government's job is to say, hey, you guys cannot reproduce. Ideally, the government would say, hey, no one can reproduce. We're going to end reproduction. We're going to begin limiting our scope. Because when you have a billion fucking people everywhere, that's where you get theft and scams. And that's where shit gets so fucking complicated. Technology makes people obsolete. It makes a lot of people obsolete, technology, and that's good. Like, you have these writers unions, like, going on strike because AI is replacing them. I'm like, dude, you got, like, bro, if AI can do your job, then let it do your job. You're fucking worthless. You're a useless eater. You need to be exterminated. The only people who need to exist are the essential people. If robots can do your job, like, obviously you're not gonna be killed, but you're gonna be sterilized. Like, we sterilize stray cats. Why? Because cats, they just do reckless copulation just like we do. And they create more stray cats who do more fucking reckless copulation, and the cycle repeats itself forever. When there's more cats than there are resources, that's when you get competition, and that's evolution. Evolution is when it's basically competition. There's a lot of factors to evolution. It's not just competition, but like I'm doing all this college shit, and it's like, bro, they make it so stupidly complicated, man. To sustain all these people, no, we need to reduce the population and focus severely on the few people that exist. Have robots do everything else. There shouldn't be 1 billion people on Earth. You know. It's just sex feels good, man. You see that girl with the fat ass, you just, you know, that's the, we're animals, bro. It's the government's job to prevent reckless copulation. Communist China, dude. I have so much respect for Chairman Mao. Having a fucking one-child policy, that was based. And they try to like portray families that were like, oh, we want to have more than one child. I'm like, bro, there's so many orphans that exist. First off, like, what? Why can't you just adopt an orphan? Why do you have to? Oh no, we gotta hide our second child, bro. You could have just adopted, man. The whole point of the policy is to prevent chaos. Like the whole point of one-child policy was to prevent fucking an unsustainable explosion of the population, which would have happened. I mean, I have so much respect for Mao, bro. Mao was a Hamiltonian, you know. He was very much on the side of Lincoln, ideologically. But yeah, dude, I hate how we need to focus on a few people. Put all the energy towards a few people. It's the whole concept of out of many, we are all one. You know, it's like, why do you need to have all these fucking languages? You can just have one language. The purpose of language is communication. So why perpetuate all these bazillion fucking languages that's sprouted out? Why not eliminate all the other languages and have just one language? Eliminate all the people and have one person. God. The player character. There's no need for 1 billion, all these fucking people to exist, dude. I hate it. It makes me mad, man. Because that's how you get theft. And I talked about this in the video I made that the audio didn't work, but like I remember in Minneapolis a while back, there was like this black dude, he was kind of young, probably my age, but he was like he started like washing some dude's windshield when he was stopped, demanding money back. I'm like, bro, that's our society, man, to the point where people have to fucking do scams to survive. Like, no, bro, no. I mean, that's the world we live in. People have to scam each other to survive. It's stupid. It's a result of lack of government. When you have more people than resources, I mean, it's stupid. Like, no. Look at Fallout 4. It's dumb. Control the population. Fucking Mormons, any cult member, anyone who defies government, you know, you go after them. You burn their temples. You burn their holy books. Cults, you don't burn holy books, because that only gives them more validity. The Bible is the most. Everyone has a Bible. Everyone's heard of the Bible, but very few people have ever read it, because those who do end up saying like, this is fucking bullshit, man. But god damn. But yeah, this is fascinating that I've discovered this. Like, I think very much outside the box. Most people think inside the box. I used to think inside the box, but I'm slowly thinking more and more outside the box. That's why it's so hard for me to like to associate with other people, because to me, it's like me being a chimpanzee in a chimpanzee enclosure. All the other chimpanzees like, oh no, that's gorilla. All the other chimpanzees are like, whoo, 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 whoo. And I'm just here like, bruh, shut the fuck up, man. To me, that's like, Most humans are like chimpanzees to me. Some humans are not chimpanzees. I'm not trying to say that I'm superior, but a lot of people are NPCs. They like take a lot of women for example. They their personality is defined by their reproductive system, and I understand there's a biological reason for that. For someone's mind being dictated by their fucking reproductive system, but like women, they all act the same, they all dress the same, they all they all talk the same and all that shit. And it's like it's NPC. It's someone who thinks inside the box. Most women think inside. Trans men who are women, they're the same. They're women, but trans men are women who think outside the box. Kind of. Some are, but they're like, you know, they don't go in that path that most people who happen to be born women go down. They say fuck this. It's like the stormtrooper from or the clone trooper from that Star Wars movie where he's like a clone trooper and he becomes aware. He's like wakes up. It's like what the fuck? That's the trans man. You know. But yeah, most people think inside the box. And people who think inside the box, like, I don't know. We need people who think outside the box. Look, I will be the first to kill myself. All I want is the great society, the great future, where we reduce the population, not through killing, but through, one-child policies. Because death, the whole concept of death. I mean, the only reason you have kids is because of death. Death, man. You see a girl with a fat ass? Death. It's the same, two sides of the same coin. We need to overcome death. Death is it's the punishment for sin. No. It's just death is, I don't know. It's just why it exists, but it exists, and we know it exists because like we've seen death. We can overcome death if we all put our differences aside and work together, come together as one. No more division. No more just reckless copulation, because no, reckless copulation is like, oh, I don't want to take care of other people's kids. I want to take care of my kids. That's that's an extremely right-wing thing to say. People like that need to be put into work camps, not re-education camps, but work camps. Those people with that mindset, they're not even worthy of reproducing, or of having access to children, the young minds, the future people. No, we need to bury those people who think like that. But that's nature. That's nature. Why do you think there's so many species? Because people only care about themselves and their kids, and there's this selfish evolutionary reason for why they take care of the kids. Look at hippos or any animal. If you get next to their kid, of course their kid is just curious like we are. The kid's like going up, like looking at shit, and the mom, is very protective of the kid. It will fucking hurt people to protect its kid. And there's just an evolutionary reason for that. Because the moms, all the animals who did not have that gene, that hardwiring to protect the kids, they simply don't exist. That's why all the animals that do exist, including humans, are so protective and territorial of their children. It's just evolution. Those who weren't died off, man. But we need to get rid of families. There needs to be no more families. Like the way it is now, it's families, households. No. Everyone every child needs to be taken care of, regardless of whose parents they are. That's why I'm so in favor of school lunches being paid for by the state. Everyone eats the same, regardless of how much your parents make. Your parents, we're all your parents. That's communism, the idea of total collectivism. I just hate how like some kids are able to eat more than other kids. No, everyone eats the same. Okay? Like, yeah. Like, I don't want to derail. I kind of am derailing, but I never really understood this is what communism is, you know. But it's really fascinating. Karl Marx was not a communist, or at least he did not know what communism is. Communism is just total collectivization, total centralization, total Hamiltonianism. It's the idea of out of many, one. That is literally communism. Whereas anti-communism, you could say capitalism. I don't like saying capitalism, but there's not really a word yet for it. But anti-communism is naturalism in the sense like the Serengeti. You're against government. You're against collectivism. Because collectivism is not natural. Individualism is natural. Individualism is how you get so many fucking species on Earth. Because individualism. We need to come together as one. All living things. All living things on Earth. Not just humans, not just mammals. Take certain predators. Here's the thing. We're gonna in the future, like, not only are we gonna discontinue humans, but we're gonna discontinue all animals, like alligators. What the fuck do alligators do to contribute? How do alligators help anyone other than themselves? But of course they can't, because they have no agency. They have nothing. They're alligators. All they do is just wait in the Mara River for a fucking dumbass zebra to come and do the death roll shit. That's all they do. So let's just store their DNA. All species on Earth will put their DNA in jars and shit, and, but we'll discontinue them. We'll just stop having them be born, because it's suffering, and we don't like suffering. The whole point is to end suffering. Nature doesn't give a fuck about suffering. That's why nature just fucking let them go. Let them at it. But yeah, I was gonna show you this video. Look, so there's these jars. These not jars, but vases, and I have a 5-gallon bucket from my work that I brought to clean my boots. But you have tadpoles. These frogs just recklessly copulate in these artificial sources of water, which are the only ones that are present for a long while, into these areas, and they just leave them, and then these dudes sprout up, and they're fucked. They're doomed. But that's reckless copulation. It's an example of it. Like, I went to a reunion and I saw my cousin. She's probably about 20 years older than me. I remember going to her wedding, but I saw her young children. I'm like, why have kids, man? Like, I get we're gonna die, but like, you couldn't have just adopted kids? Are you that animalistic? Are you that? I mean, that's literally this. Having biological children is literally the same as like racism. They're rooted in the same animalistic mindset. But it's like in this late. She's my cousin. I don't. Well, when I say this lady, I'm talking about people like her in general. But these women. What their entire lives, they're sentient beings like me, but their entire lives become children oriented, and they just become fucking baby sitters and baby factories for their entire lives, and they're sentient beings like me. They just their entire lives revolve around children at that point. And I'm like, bro, like, what is weird? Like, it's just, I don't know. Out of many, one. Like Rescue Heroes. That show was the shit, man. I love that show. But I love the movie when all the nations of Earth come together and work together to save the planet, because they're all on the same boat. And they work together. They put their differences aside and they come together as one. That's communism, bro. Fucking based. The United Nations. No more division. We have technology. We have technology. We will no longer be divided. We will no longer have people exist that were not chosen to exist by the government. No more undocumented births. Unapproved births. I forgot, but like approved births. Here's the thing, like Down syndrome. Why do Down syndrome people need to exist? God, dude. I hope no one finds these videos, because these videos are meant to be watched by the people, the biologists of the future. Okay. After I die, I don't want people watching these videos when I'm alive. But we need to eliminate wasteful spending. We need to end secessionism. Out of many, one. End reckless competition. I'm gonna make more videos about this in the future. I guess I ended it. Yeah. What really motivated me to make this video is this whole like college shit. I hate college education. Oh, I have to do education. Education. Why? Like, why do we have to keep teaching people the same shit over and over and over and over again? Like, we need to end division. Any nationalist, any secessionist, get rid of them, kill them in Minecraft. But anyone who opposes the Union needs to be gone with. Alright, whatever.